Change for the second half. Jed Spence, the former England under-21 international, is coming on for just his 9th appearance for Tottenham, and all 9 of them have been as a substitute. Away we go then in this third round Carabao Cup tie. Coventry City 0, Tottenham Hotspur 0. And you have to say the Championship side have had by far the better of things, despite Tottenham having had the majority of possession in the first half. So the change is at left back for Tottenham. Jed Spence is on in place of Udogie. If you have just joined us, Tottenham in their change colours tonight, the all green. Ange Postecoglou will not have been particularly happy with his side's first half performance here in the Midlands. Gray. Taken down on that far side by Werner. Spence. Had loans at Leeds and at Genoa last season, and at Leeds he was a colleague of the man in possession here, Archie Gray. Gray's ball over the top. Johnson. Easily away, but behind for the corner kick. No, it's a throw. Johnson takes it quickly. Right. Thomas Asante sprinting on that far side. Haji Wright. No foul. A reminder, if it is level at the end of the 90 minutes, we will go straight to a penalty competition, a penalty shootout, to determine who goes through to the next round. Solanke. Johnson. Johnson shot. Charged away and deflected by Lewis Binks. Brennis Johnson on as a first half substitute for the injured Wilson Odobert. First corner of the second half then. Bergvall will take. Allen. Thomas with the clearance. Forster. It's too long for Brennan Johnson. Postecoglou side are at home to Brentford at the weekend on Saturday before they open their European campaign at home to Carabao in the Europa League. Son Heung-min among the substitutes for Tottenham tonight. James Maddison, born in Coventry, actually made his debut for Coventry in this competition back in 2014. Sarr. Pape Sarr. Pursued here by Eccles. And Eccles is fouled. Josh Eccles, who has a Coventry-born player will know all about the most famous fixture between these two as far as Coventry fans are concerned, the FA Cup final of 1987. And several of the Coventry team are actually here at the CBS Arena tonight, including goalkeeper Steve Grizovic, who recently celebrated his 67th birthday and who is a well-respected pundit on local radio in the area. Dave Bennett is here tonight. He's promoting his recently published autobiography. On by right, Thomas Asante. Brandon Thomas Asante is under considerable pressure there from Dragoshin. Well, one in the air by right. And in the end, no trouble at all to Forster. Came off Dragoshin last of all, though. Rodoni will take. He's had the two best chances for Coventry so far. That looks a little bit overreaction there from Thomas Asante. The referee Darren England will want words with both players. Rodoni then with the corner. Wright went up for it. Oh, a complete miss kick by Eccles. Eccles again, and that's easy for Forster. Spence. Johnson gets away from Bidwell. Johnson's ball across. Jed Spence. He's got support there from Werner. Doesn't use him. Here is Timo Werner. Play on, says the referee. Rodoni. Norman Bassett. Bassett's ball across. Forster with the save. And listen to the roar from the Coventry faithful. A little bit of shirt pulling there on Gray. Starting up front tonight, Norman Bassett, with Ellis Sims on the bench. And this was a really good shot from an angle. I do wonder whether Mark Robbins will be thinking about bringing Ellis Sims on at some stage. Because the way it's going, Coventry will certainly feel that they can come away with the victory tonight. And here they go again, Bassett. Thomas Asante. Binks. The only player cautioned in the first half, Lewis Binks. Bidwell. Wilson. Bidwell hits it long. Hangs in the air. Bassett. Can he take it down? It's Bassett. Spence took it away from him. Corner kick. And he had to be there, Jed Spence, to just take it away off the toes of the Coventry striker. The ball really did hang in the air very nicely there for Coventry. Spence back to stab it behind. Rudoni. Plenty in sky blue waiting in the middle. Forster doesn't take it. Bassett. Bidwell. Half away. Little touch on from Thomas. And then Tottenham do clear it away from their own penalty area. Momentum at the moment, very much with Coventry City. Another long ball forward, Bassett. Forster's come out of his area. Bassett, it falls here, the loose ball. Oh, and it couldn't be converted by Brandon Thomas-Asante. Davis was back to make the block. And Tottenham breathe a huge, huge sigh of relief. The curling run here. Forster comes out, collides with his own defender, and Ben Davis in the right place at the right time to keep it at 0-0. Rudoni's corner. Right. Where's it going to drop? Offside in the middle. And the referee's going to get a card out here. There's the opportunity. Davis was back though. Was there a foul there? That's what Coventry felt. Ben Davis in the right place at the right time. Here come Coventry again. Thomas-Asante. Thomas-Asante scoops it over. Tottenham looking very fragile at the back. The Sky Blue song, written in the mid-1960s. It's the Eton Boating song, with words co-written by Jimmy Hill, former Coventry manager and chairman, who revolutionised the club in the 1960s. "60 years later, the song is still sung by the Coventry supporters." Caution was for Bobby Thomas while you were watching those slow motion replays, incidentally. Taken down by Sarr. Werner gets a corner. Been a frustrating night on that left-hand side for Timo Werner. Bergvall has taken every set piece tonight for Tottenham. Flick towards goal and a super save from Ben Wilson. The header from Davis, and that was heading in as well. Wilson called upon for the first time tonight. This time the corner is a little different. Scooped in deep. Away by Van Eyck. Well, there's been plenty of excitement in the first 15 minutes of this second half, and there could be more here. A dreadful pass out by Forster. Can Coventry take advantage? Played wide by Allen. Van Ivak. Allen. Thomas Asante. Brilliant save from Ben Wilson to deny Ben Davis. There will be questions about Coventry's marking from that corner. And there is Steve Ogrizovic, mentioned him a few moments ago. The long-time goalkeeper with Coventry City, now working for local radio. And a member of the team that beat Tottenham Hotspur in the 1987 FA Cup final. Up until a couple of years ago, he was on the coaching staff under Mark Robbins, before retiring from that role. Werner. Werner. Faced by Thomas Asante. Sarr. Looked to have too much on it, and indeed it was. From Pape Sarr. Three goals for Tottenham last season for the Senegalese international. And talking of goals, talking of experience, here come two changes for Tottenham. James Maddison and Son Heung-min are coming on. Son will replace Solanke up front. A couple of goals for the South Korean international already this season, both in the win against Everton. And Lucas Bergvall is the other player coming off. James Maddison, born in Coventry, started his career with the club. Before moving to Norwich and then to Leicester. Bidwell. Now a chance for Rudoni to break forward for Coventry. Bassett. Decent ball into the middle. Thomas Asante! Coventry in front. The Premier League side are behind. He scored the winner in the previous round against Oxford United. And he has put Coventry City in front against Tottenham Hotspur. It's a goal that's been coming in truth on the balance of play in this second half. The run forward here from Rudoni. Brilliant ball into the middle. He's definitely onside there. Thomas Asante from Bassett's ball into the middle. Forster is finally beaten. And are we on for a Carabao Cup upset at the CBS Arena? Coventry City 1, Tottenham Hotspur 0. The Championship side, our leading Premier League team, Tottenham Hotspur. Coventry, whose best performance in this competition came when they've twice reached the semi-finals, back in 1981 when they lost to West Ham, and in 1990 when they lost to Nottingham Forest. It's been 17 years since they've been in the fourth round of the League Cup. And now Tottenham have to come from behind if they're not to go out at the first match of their League Cup adventure for the second season in a row. Spence beaten to it by Van Ijwijk. Thomas Asante fouled by Son. At Tottenham since 2015, Son Heung-min, almost 9 years to the day since he's got his first goal for Spurs. Bit of shirt pulling there on right. It might well have been that Mark Robins was thinking about making changes, but not for the moment now, surely. Coventry win it back. Rudoni can't find a way past Dragoshin, but listen to the roar from all sides of the stadium. Rudoni with the corner. Eccles. Played back by Allen. Comes off Rudoni. Well, he's certainly become a very popular figure already in his early career here at Coventry. Coventry have gone to Wembley a number of times in the last few years, something which seemed very improbable when they were ground sharing with Northampton Town and in League Two just a few seasons back. Spence now for Tottenham. Maddison. Spence. Can he pull it back across? Maddison. Cleared away by Wright. Davis. Maddison. He's got Thomas for company. Maddison. Trying to twist and turn. Could go anywhere. Gathered by Wilson. Well, that save that Ben Wilson made from Ben Davis when it was 0-0. Crucial moment, just past the midway point in the second half. And maybe that was the nod from Mark Robins for changes to be made. Son is back in the full-back position now. Wright gets away from Gray. Goal kick. Is this going to be a famous night in the history of Coventry City? Maddison. Spence thinks about having a go from distance, and that really wasn't anything to test Wilson. Hasn't really changed his countenance all evening, has he, Ange Postecoglou? The man who holds all the purse strings, Daniel Levy, at Tottenham. Changes then for Coventry. Ellis Sims is coming on, and so is Ben Sheaf. So Bassett is off. Sims comes on in his place up top. Coventry will be hoping that he can make as much as an impact as he did at Bristol City in the first round, when just a couple of minutes after coming on as a substitute he scored what proved to be the winning goal at Ashton Gate. And the other change sees Josh Eccles withdrawn, so the captain comes off. And into midfield will come Ben Sheaf and Haji Wright is coming off, and Ephron Mason-Clark comes on in his place. You did feel it would be at some stage in the second half that Ellis Sims will be on up front for Coventry City. Mark Robins making great play of the fact that they are at home to Swansea at the weekend. Coventry, who finished 9th in the Championship last season, but that great run to the semi-finals of the FA Cup, and every Coventry fan will tell you they should have been in the final. Forster will gather. Losing on penalties to Manchester United, having a goal disallowed in controversial circumstances that wouldn't put them through to the final. Maddison. Dragoshin. Johnson. Spence. Gray. Werner. No way through there for Son. Thomas Asante. His clearance is charged down, goal kick. Coventry will take that all day long. Well, Tottenham have already had to replace one player in this match because of injury. Wilson Odeberg going off pretty early in the match to be replaced by Brennan Johnson. And there's a problem here for Werner. And that might well be the end of his participation in the match. You can see he charges down the clearance there. Jarring the knee. It's just a question of whether he's jarred it sufficiently to warrant serious concern. So Werner is off, and Dejan Kulusevski is on in his place. Kulusevski, the Swedish international, hoping to make an immediate impression here. Holding off Thomas Asante, who will now clear. Coventry have lost it. Spence. Gray. "15 minutes remaining then, plus whatever additional time is to be played." Davis. Bentancur. Whacked away by Wilson. Sims kept the ball in play, couldn't keep possession for his team though. Coventry win it back. Here's Rudoni. Sims. Bidwell. Bidwell's ball into the middle towards Sims. And had he got a final touch there, Ephron Mason-Clark might well have been offside. And indeed he was. Mason-Clark, who joined on deadline day last February from Peterborough, and was then immediately loaned back to them. Tottenham still really with only that one serious goal-scoring opportunity, Ben Davies' header, which was brilliantly saved by Wilson. It's off target from Maddison. Another change then for Coventry. Victor Torp, the Danish midfielder, is coming on, and perhaps a surprise that Jack Rudoni is coming off, but he's coming off to a standing ovation. He's been outstanding tonight. Victor Torp, whose only goal so far for Coventry came on his debut in the FA Cup win against Sheffield Wednesday back in the 4th round, back at the end of January. Well, Rudoni's been brilliant tonight. Wouldn't be surprised if he got the Man of the Match award, to be perfectly honest, provided it stays this way. Coventry have a lot of play still to see out. Sims. It's Ellis Sims, takes a deflection, and Mason-Clark couldn't apply the finishing touch. Coventry look dangerous every time they come forward. So close, Ephron Mason-Clark. Stretching was Van Eyck. Bentancur. Dragoshin. Davis. Saha. Davis. Spence. Maddison. Son. Oh, a chance for Tottenham, and the rebound is blocked again. Wilson there first. Coventry living dangerously. Kuliszewski. This will be a corner. Well, for some reason the Coventry defender left it. Double chance here for Tottenham. Wilson again with the important save. Comes off Torp. Away by Thomas. Son. Gray. Spence goes on the overlap. Blocked by Van Eyck. Kuliszewski dispossessed by Mason Clark. It's a poor ball back to him though from Allen. Kuliszewski away by Thomas. Those Coventry central defenders have got to be a little careful. Both have been cautioned. Bentancur. Dragoshin. We'll try again. That's too long. Ben Wilson with the save here. And then the block. Kuliszewski has made a difference since coming on, but is it too late for Tottenham, the former Juventus man? Well, the referee has decided that is Coventry's throw. Coventry will be keen to just slow things down as much as they can. Bidwell's throw. Bidwell's coming to the header. Mason Clark. Torp. Tottenham looking to break now from deep in their own half. Coventry, though, back into position and into shape very quickly indeed. Davis. Johnson. Kuliszewski plays it back into the middle. Nobody there though in the green of Tottenham. Thomas Asante. Davis took it away from him. Allen. Long from Wilson. On from Bentancur. Son Heung-min. Johnson. Blocked by Bidwell. Johnson takes it short. Kuliszewski. Away by Bobby Thomas. Now, one of the Coventry substitutes kicked the ball away there as it went out of play. And so it'll be a yellow card. Liam Kitching. Shown yellow. We're just trying to delay the restart. May have seen that programme in the last couple of days where Howard Webb and Michael Owen were talking about Declan Rice's dismissal for 2 yellow cards, his second for kicking the ball away, and the referee saying, "I've got no choice, you leave me no choice." Darren England had no choice there. Thomas. Dragushin. Wilson lets it roll. So 4 minutes plus additional time remaining. How much time will be added on at the end of the 90? Brandon Thomas Asante's goal is still the difference between these two sides. The championship team from Coventry heading for the 4th round of the EFL Cup and knocking out Premier League Tottenham Hotspur. Bidwell. Bentancur lays it across. Spence. Son making the run ahead of him. Maddison's little flick. Kuliszewski. Chance for Spence. 1-1. Tottenham are back on level terms. And it is Jed Spence. Tottenham level thanks to the substitute who came on at half-time. The little flick through ball there from Kuliszewski. And Spence is on the end of it. And this time Ben Wilson can't make the save. And Coventry's hearts are broken. There is time for both of these sides to get a late winner, but as it stands at the moment, we are heading for a penalty shootout. And Coventry City have experienced real pain in penalty shootouts in the last couple of seasons. The FA Cup semi-final lost to Manchester United on penalties. The EFL Championship playoff final defeat to Luton the previous season on penalties. Just under 90 seconds of the 90 minutes remaining there. Sarr can't get there. Forward by Johnson. Kuliszewski. Gray. That's a foul. Tottenham have a free kick. Foul on Johnson by Bidwell. James Maddison is behind this free kick then for Tottenham. Something a little different. Kulusevski. Tottenham with plenty of players forward. Here comes Mason Clark for Coventry. Tidied up by Spence. Coventry throw. It's going to be a yellow card here for Maddison for protesting. Into additional time then. Wilson. Bidwell. Mason Clark. Forster will gather. So James Maddison is booked. Whole atmosphere amongst the home supporters just feel rather deflated after that late Tottenham equaliser. This is the first time Coventry have reached the third round of the EFL League Cup since the 2012-2013 season, when they were also managed by Mark Robins in his first spell at the club. They lost 6-1 to Arsenal that year in the third round. They've done considerably better against the other team from North London tonight. But here come Tottenham again. Johnson. It's Brennan Johnson to win it for Tottenham Hotspur. They've been second best for most of the night, but Brennan Johnson, who's had his critics recently, has answered them in the best possible manner. Delight for Tottenham, despair for Coventry. They can't believe it. Their team were ahead and looking set for a place in the fourth round of the Carabao Cup. But Tottenham pounced here. Look at the space that Johnson has. He's onside, and that is a fine finish. Brennan Johnson has turned this match around in Tottenham Hotspur's favour. And from heading out of the Carabao Cup, Tottenham Hotspur are heading through. When the Spurs go marching in, is the chant from the Tottenham supporters. Might be more accurate to sing when the Spurs go staggering through. Second best for most of the night. But it is the Tottenham fans who are on their feet. Can Coventry get an equaliser now in the little time that remains? Forward by Torp. Thomas Asante. Tottenham will bring it away. And that'll do as far as Tottenham are concerned. Just break up play, slow things down. Yellow card for Thomas Asante for the challenge on Maddison. Well, for so long, it didn't look like it would be Tottenham's night. But they are seconds away from confirming their place in the fourth round. Maddison. Is there time for one last attack from Coventry to try and level it up at 2-2? Sims. Referee's had a good look at his watch. This might be it. Coventry disconsolate. Tottenham go through, but the Premier League side left it late and for so long looked like they might be heading out of the Carabao Cup. Brandon Thomas Asante's goal gave the Championship side the lead, and they looked like they were going through until Jed Spence's late equaliser. And then, in additional time, Brennan Johnson got what proved to be the winner for Spurs. Coventry's EFL Cup run comes to an end, but Tottenham Hotspur go through. The winning goal from Brennan Johnson, who's been under a lot of criticism recently, but he has answered those critics in the best possible way. Tottenham go through, Coventry are out. It's finished at the CBS Arena in a win for the Premier League side. Coventry City 1, Tottenham Hotspur 2.